Before we dive headfirst in the Kwebbelkop situation that I'm going to be spreading all the knowledge for you guys about, I need to show you guys something extremely important to me. Have you seen this shirt? Have you seen this thing? Hug Life? Dude, I bought this for $7 at Walmart, but I would pay a fortune for it. I'd pay endless money. This is actually some of the greatest style I've ever seen grace the face of this planet. It's quite literally it is like the Adam Sandler type drip. I'd wear this shit to the Met Gala. But that's not what we're here to talk about. You're not here to talk about my amazing kitty cat attire. You're here to talk about the Kwebbelkop AI situation, which a lot of you already know about, but let me do a quick recap about what happened previously, and then we'll get into the current story that's going on. See, everyone knows Kwebbelkop to a certain extent. I mean, he's kind of like the object of obsession for commentary content creators in the early, late 2010s, more like, for making sort of lazy, repetitive content that only appeals to children, which, I mean, to be honest, to an extent, you don't really need to be bullying the people who create content for kids because someone has to. Like, what, are we going to leave it all on CoComelon to do it? But at the same time, the content he makes is a little money printer-ish, and it definitely ranges on sniper wolfish, too. Look at the thumbnails. What is that thumbnail? What is that? No, not him. And Kwebbelkop gained a large group of people who he created content with, but of course that group over time dwindled, and it caused him to lose a lot of the inspiration that came with creating content. And of course, what do you do when you lose inspiration for creating content but still want to rake in tons of money with making zero effort? Well, you consult ChatGPT by creating a Kwebbelkop AI. And to be honest, AI could be used for good things, but I don't think that it's going to be good for content creation like this. It definitely could be good for creating brain rot child content that ranges along the same style. It's like an ADHD stimulation video, but really a lot of the stuff that's going to come out of this isn't that good. And I decided to give just a watch of a random one. I clicked a random one. I wanted a random guess for what I think could be a Kwebbelkop AI video. And so I clicked on this one, and first of all, first impressions, holy shit, that dislike to like ratio. Oh my god, 13,000 to 900. This is a random one I chose, by the way. This is not, it is a very high viewed one compared to a lot of his other ones. A lot of these are ranging around like the 50k views. Some of them did really good because they were like his first ever ones. They had a lot of publicity, but they quickly fell off. And this one had around 100k and a lot of dislikes. But listen to this really quickly. Just give it a listen for this insightful commentary he gives for his Roblox gameplay.
Guys, the floor will become lava in exactly 15 seconds, so we have to get to the highest point, which
Really?
is right over there. Okay, we're
Oh my god.
pretty good. We're jumping up and down. We are actually the first ones to
Oh,
do
so
this.
he's jumping up and down?
Really?
Oh, so he's jumping up and down. Clearly, this content would be very, very good for people who are blind. I feel like that's good. It's accommodating for the people with disabilities. I think that's really, really nice. This content's really bad. It's just not good. It's commentating on things that are going on the screen without actually adding anything else enticing. And he got into a lot of Twitter arguments about this, a lot of them being things like AI is the future of content. Right now, it's a little rough. It's a little rough around the edges right now. Don't worry, we'll trim it down over time. But even then, what makes this content? And of course, this is a debate that is going to continue for a long time because content in itself is hard to define. But what makes this really a content creator if it is just an AI printing out the same video over and over again? Is it that enticing? Is it something people are really going to want to watch? I know that my stuff could range on being replaced by an AI. All I do is watch things, talk about things I find interesting, and post it, and you guys comment and yell at me for being lazy. But I feel like this is a level below that. The same with the Sniper Wolf content. It's content that you can literally just fire and forget like a javelin missile. But yesterday, the world was rocked. I felt it from California. There was a category 5. That's not how you range earthquakes. Screw it. There was a tremble along the earth when an announcement released by Dexerto saying that YouTuber Kwebbelkop announced the end of the Kwebbelkop AI. And the world went wild. Just kidding. He actually clickbaited all of us. He released a video around the same week or time period as the banger Escape the Fart Man Prison in Roblox with a video called The End of Kwebbelkop AI. And I gave it a bit of a watch so you don't have to. It isn't him getting rid of it. I'm just gonna spoil it for you guys right now. I hate to spoil a warning. Too late, I already did. He's not getting rid of the AI. In fact, let me give you a quick look-see about what's going on in this silly little video, this release from the Kwebbelkop channel.
Or anything in the world. But even a dream job can't stop me from growing up and growing older. And this made me realize this is not something I'll be able to do for the rest of my life. There will always be a point where I'll end up quitting. That might be now, that might be 10 years from now, that might be 50 years from now. So I decided to clone myself. I decided to make a virtual version of...
All right, pal, you're stealing my thunder. I've already explained this stuff. If you can't tell right now, there's something wrong with this video. There's something weird. Do you see the facial movements? Do you see the way that he speaks? Do you see the way that his nose doesn't stay in one place as he speaks? This is an AI video. He sent in a video out with the people begging, being like, okay, Kwebbelkop, we get it. You want to make an AI for your channel, but bring us you. Bring yourself to the screen. Bring the content creator to the content creation. And he said, okay. And he gave us a goddamn AI video again.
I made a mistake. I thought that Kwebbelkop AI would be accepted and embraced. I thought people would love Kwebbelkop AI as much as I do, both for its exciting technology and its unbound creative potential.
Unbound creative potential is actually one of the craziest things I've ever heard in 2023, and Jeremy Renner got hit with a snowplow this year, so that must mean something. This is insane. What unlimited creative potential comes from a robot that's quite literally limited? Like, I get it. The human mind is not as powerful as a computer. People can argue that. It makes sense. We get it. I can't do math as fast as a calculator. But at the same time, the place where we thrive is creativeness. It's our creative capacity. Robots are programmed to do very specific things. And I get it. There is the capacity for AI to be creative. It's coming, right? But in the range of being an entertainer? Like, why? I wouldn't want to have Siri up on a stage telling me jokes like I'm a comedy stand-up routine. It's just not the same. And I get it could be in the future, but right now it's not, and it just looks lazy.
This project. One of the arguments I kept hearing over and over was that they wanted to see me. The real me. But I kept thinking, this is the real me. This is my creativity led by me. This is the story I want to share with the world.
Now, this part I can't exactly hate him for. That's kind of wholesome. If your story wants to be creating an AI to replace yourself, that's cool, whatever. You're the first person to do it, I think. But at the same time, I feel like trying to mask this as the future of content creation, which he did a lot on Twitter, is naive. I think it's goofy. Because, yes, there is a place on YouTube for AI videos, and I think it would work really well with informative content. There is literally a YouTuber who uses AI to teach us about science. There's a channel called Science File the AI, and it creates, like, science-y videos with an AI voice. That, I think, is great. I've watched a few of their videos and have been genuinely entertained. But an AI playing Roblox doesn't hit home with me. I don't know, man. It's not out of the park. I feel like what he's trying to argue and the points he's trying to make have a place, but not the place where he's trying to argue them. And that's mainly where a lot of the hate, I think, is coming from. I think he's seeing this hate, and he's seeing it as, like, people who are just like, they don't understand me. They doubt me. When these people are more just like, take your skills and use them in a place that makes sense. Like, there will be people who will watch the AI Roblox videos. 1 in 10 people, maybe. 1 in 100. But even then, you could do so much better with the technology at your disposal.
That's why we decided to train a brand new Kwebbelkop 2.0 model with every bit of feedback we've received. And the results, they're astonishing.
I like that he made it look like an Apple commercial. That was a bit of a vibe there.
Astonishing. Every second you've been watching of this video so far has been completely AI generated.
We know, we can tell. We can trust me, we can tell. And if you can't tell, just take an extra look. Like, just look at it. The way his eyes when he speaks move up or down. I'm not gonna lie to you, if you've been watching me talk this whole time, I think my eyes have stayed in the same place on my face. But that's just a theory. And at the end of the video, he talks about enhancing content with AI, and I think that's great! I think if you use AI to enhance your content, that's exactly what we should do with it. I think it's great. It's a tool. It's a tool at our disposal. But using AI to replace your content, to replace you as a creator, it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel right. And of course, Kwebbelkop, I guess, is a great test subject to this. His career completely flatlined, and so using this to kind of try something new could be good for him. But at the same time, I feel like the arguments that have been made for it have missed the point. But of course, that's about where this situation lies. I'm going to be hopping out of here for now. I want to hear your input, though. Do you guys think the Kwebbelkop AI could go great? Do you think I'm being too critical? It could go well. I tried to be open-minded in this video. I tried to agree with the parts that could be good, while also pointing out the parts I think aren't that great, and I want to hear your input as well. Also, subscribe if you are new. You can subscribe and join the homies. Stick around for more. I will be very happy and push my fingers together like I'm some sort of e-boy on the internet. But anyways, time for the song of the day. I'm going to be doing a song by Post Malone and his new album called Something Real, and I think you can tell how this is topical to the situation. I'm going to add it to the playlist of songs of the day, and if you want to give it a listen, I highly recommend it. It's actually a really, really good song. But I'm going to be getting out of here. Thank you guys for being here and spending time with me for another great video today. I'll see you in the next thing I upload. Yesterday's video went absolutely bonkers, so it's great to see that this career of mine is going somewhere. I'll see you whatever I upload next, and as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and AI Savarino coming out 2 weeks. Nope.